The word of the Lord came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Alas, sovereign Lord, I said, I do not know how to speak. I am too young. But the Lord said to me, Do not say I am too young. You must go to everyone I send you to and say whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord. Then the Lord reached out his hand and touched my mouth and said to me, I have put my words in your mouth. See, today I appoint you over the nations and the kingdoms to uproot and tear down, to destroy and to overthrow, to build and to plant. So here we are experiencing Jeremiah's call and how God, we hear in this story that God's words are placed in Jeremiah's mouth. And from that moment on, his life is changed forever. But this isn't necessarily a gentle call story where we're like, oh, God gently put the words in Jeremiah's mouth. No, the word touch probably better translates to like strike. It's not something gentle or comforting, it's something very abrupt and very assertive. And so God is very much calling Jeremiah to be the prophet, not being, okay, Jeremiah, it's okay. Let me gently comfort you into this idea of a calling. No, God is very much saying, you're going to do this, or else. In the scripture, we see kind of four sections, and you see this in a lot of call stories. We see God identifying and Jeremiah saying, I know you. And then we see God saying, I call you. Then you have the person that God's calling, Jeremiah here, protesting, saying, no, not me, I cannot do it for reason X, Y, and Z. And then you see God's assurance and instructions and the command to do what God tells me to do. I know you. What an important part of the story of anybody who's being called. Called to be a person of faith, called to serve as an elder deacon, called to serve on the board, called to live out your faith in a beautiful and wonderful way. God starts here, saying, I know you, I created you. There's comfort in that, knowing that God knows what we're capable of. God knows every in and every out. God formed us. God has intimate knowledge of who we are. God created us to be the people we are. For me, my theology all surrounds God is love. And that goes back to the value and importance of knowing who God created me to be. And that God created me out of love, and God created me to be very good. Just like all of us are created out of love and created to be very good. And what a very, very important place to start, recognizing the relationship that we have with God before we were even created. God knew us, God formed us, God loves us, and then God calls us. We can never stop there. We realize there's more after being known and named, but there's that call, that very important part of this story. And there are different ways we experience God calling us in our lives. Some of us have been people of faith our entire life and have always just known God, always known church, always knew what it meant to be a Christian, and it was just part of who they were from the beginning. And then there are some of us who have a very active, like in-your-face moment, where I think Jeremiah had this moment of God like being like, hey, this is your call, right here in your face. So some of us have active calls, some of us have passive calls, and none I'm not the only one who struggles with this challenge to love your neighbor and to live out this life that is pleasing to God. No, there is always a moment of protest saying, nope, God, I don't know that I'm the person for this. And we all have those moments. I think it was in Wednesday Bible study that someone said that they just kind of want to send God a voicemail, when you get that phone call. And you're like, oh, I don't want to answer this number right away, so you just hit and send them straight to voicemail. That's that protest moment. That's one of my favorite moments, is being able to be like, no, God, I am not going to do this. I'm going to send you to voicemail and keep living my happy little life, doing whatever it is I'm doing, and I'm going to ignore this call for as long as possible. In fact, I'm not even capable of fulfilling whatever it is you want me to do with my life. That's not a real thing. There are other people out there in the world who are much more equipped and able to do this thing called, being a person of faith, being a faithful servant. There's always more people who are better and more able. That's not the God we know, not the God we worship. The God we know and worship is going to stand there and, one way or the other, get us to do that thing that we don't want to do. And I've shared my call story many times, but this is, I think, one of those interesting moments that is always brought up in my head is my call to senior ministry isn't something that I ever planned or expected. It was definitely, I always wanted to be a youth minister, always wanted to be, that was it, that was my call without a doubt. It was always very clear. It was one of those moments that I was like, I got this, God, yeah, let's do it. But then as life happens, sometimes our plans for our life are not the same as what God wants of us. And there was this opportunity to be called as a senior minister here. And I prayed about it, and I prayed really hard, and I said, God, not me. They're better. People who are much better equipped to do this, people who like to be in front of people every Sunday, people who want to be in charge, people who have these gifts and skills and knowledge. And God's like, oh, no, Sarah, this is your call. This is you right now. No, I don't know what I'm doing. And over and over again, every time I try to bargain with God and say, no, God, God's like, no, you're going to do this. And I'm going to be there with you. I'm going to give you this set. You have the skills. You have what you already need. Trust me. Follow me. Respond to my call. That shock of God's touch is a powerful one. And it's hard to deny. It's hard to turn away. And it's hard to protest for long. You can only send God to voicemail so many times before God's like, okay, here you go. Here are my instructions. You can't ignore me anymore. We're going to push you through this door or knock you through this window or whatever that opening is that God has opened for you. God's going to at some point just push you through it. So you have to embrace it whether you want to or not. And when God gives you that assurance and God gives you those instructions, what I find so powerful about the God that we worship is even when we still doubt or question or are trying to protest, we have these moments where there's peace. These moments where we know this is right. These moments of like, oh, I get it. I get it. Okay, God, maybe you do know what you're doing. I can't deny it anymore. You have more wisdom about my life than I do. I shouldn't be such a control freak. I should let you be in control. And just getting to that place of trust and faith. And a God who's all about love. And a God who wants us to love one another, to love God. Who wants us to share that love with all that we meet. That's ultimately what our calling is figuring out how each of us as individuals can take that love that we know and share with others. Let other people know they are loved. Live out those actions. Speak those words that are powerful, that are dangerous, that are life-changing words. that God loves you? Because God does. God knows you. God knows all of us. God loves you, just like God loves all of us. And God calls all of us to make that love real and to share it in the world. And for this I give thanks. Amen. I invite you to stand as you are able to sing our hymn of invitation. This is one of my favorite hymns, Seek Ye First. Are you listening? Because God's calling. And I hope and pray